I know what the next story is, and I don't know if you know what it is yet, Culture, but I think this is one that you'll have some interesting commentary on.
Okay, I better look for a thesaurus.
No,
I think it's very interesting because we talk about institutional memory, but we rarely talk about the institution getting more institutionalized. That makes sense right here.
A lot of them need to be institutionalized, let's just say.
I don't know if there's going to be more memory applied, but there's certainly more bureaucracy. Here you go. From Deadline, Disney Entertainment consolidates film, TV, and streaming marketing under Asad Ayaz. Shannon Ryan adds DTC oversight. This is by Nelly Andriva over there at Deadline, August 13, 2025. This one is particularly funny, guys, so stay with me. Following the announcement by Disney CEO Bob Iger last week about the pending full integration of Hulu into Disney+, the company has reorganized and consolidated its marketing operations with new roles for Asad Ayaz, who had overseen marketing for Disney+, and had been reporting to Disney Entertainment co-chairman Alan Bergman, and Shannon Ryan, who have been overseeing marketing for Hulu and had been reporting to Disney Entertainment co-chairman Dana Walden. Ayaz, most recently Chief Brand Officer for Walt Disney Company and President of Marketing for the Walt Disney Studios and Disney Plus, will remain Chief Brand Officer, working on brand strategy under Iger and leading the company's in-house creative agencies while taking on expanded responsibilities as President, Disney Entertainment and Marketing. So under this structure, from what I understand, he's now reporting to not one, not two, but three different executives in C-suite in order to fill his role right here. This is quite bizarre because on the leadership structure, you would think, oh yeah, he has a great amount of autonomy, only answering to Bob Iger in order to craft the corporate message or the kind of the global brand messaging for the Walt Disney Company. But no, he's now taking orders from three people. Culture, Jonas, your thoughts on Asad Ayaz, this I don't know, Xenia Mucha of the Walt Disney Company in current 2025, now answering to three different people.
I'm going to say something crazy. Xenia was better. Anyway,
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, she was. I think she was more capable in the position.
But she's too white. She's too white.
So. Well, she had a lot more definite political connections, and you could argue, oh no, that's different. That's a messaging officer as opposed to this one is a branding officer. The chief brand officer position was created, and Asad Ayaz was the first person in that role. Of course, reporting to when you have a CBO, what a name. That is a person that should be reporting to the board and to the CEO. But to have three bosses and two of them being chiefs of their respective departments here, Alan Bergman, head of studios, and Dana Walden being head of, I guess, television studios and microwave programming, to throw a 30 Rock joke in there. This is very top heavy. This also says you're not a person who has any control over anything that you do. Maybe they're the chief advisor on brand strategy. That could be an important thing at the company. I mean, this is also like having a diversity officer and a chief people officer, as if those things aren't almost the same thing. Why would you have two different people unless it's like in the old communist Russia where everyone's job was to watch the guy next to him? What is your job? Oh, it's to keep track of him. What's your job? To keep track of her. This to me is such a public demotion, and it's bad branding for Asad Ayaz here. Yeah. And also get rid of those Funko Pops, man. Nobody thinks those are cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's no street cred here. Culture, your thought on Asad Ayaz reporting to now three separate individuals in order to perform the duties of his job?
Well, it's a cluster fish. It's a problem. Answering to so many people, trying to do so many different things is always going to be difficult. But again, it is a massive demotion. I think Jonas took all the good stuff.
I'm sorry.
I'll just say it's okay. Look, all I know is this: they're in the midst of doing a bunch of silly things, like with Hulu and ESPN minus and everything else. When you look at what's been happening in the company and has continued to happen over time, their churn rates are stated well under what they actually are, and they hide or obfuscate the numbers in an area that these people are supposed to be paying attention to. And I have a feeling that maybe Assad is not long for this world, because I don't see how you can be taking directions from three different groups of people and end up achieving anybody's actual goals.
Well,
Because
no, I would disagree with you there. That
oh,
if
okay,
if the goal was efficiency, then yes, I would agree that that is an easily eliminated position. But the goal is not efficiency when it comes to Disney corporate. The goal is synergy and trying to have new
when was
paradigms.
when was the
And
last time they had synergy though?
what they view Disney synergy as one of their most powerful tools, is what they would say. Of course,
It
we all know
was.
that exactly. So I think he's safe for a very long time. If he was a white guy, I would say he's out the door within 5 years.
Soon. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not, and so he's safer. And that is not a comment on his skin color, other than what it is not.
Right.
And I don't. He's probably in charge of these initiatives where they're pushing D23 as its own event, where they're trying to further monetize fans towards that. Yeah, buy our tchotchkes, which
Yeah,
essentially is what that is.
but
Tchotchkes convention.
they have no offerings. They don't. This will be the least intriguing D23 event in the history of the event.
Very true. Very true. I mean, they have nothing, and I think, with having so many cooks in charge of the kitchen and leading around, I guess the sous chef at this point,
I would be
I think the inconsistent messaging can be attributed to at least some of this. Go ahead, Culture. Sorry.
no, I would be asking questions of him and these other people that are probably not qualified to be in the position they're in, lack of merit and all of that. But I'll just say that, what are they going to do to combat 5% or more, which is likely way more, churn rate for all of their streaming systems? I mean, just to address one of the jobs and functions they're supposed to be paying attention to. If whether you're a brand officer or whatnot, you're not building a cohesive brand. The collapse of Hulu, long established, into Disney minus is going to lead them in the wrong direction. And if they're going to collapse it, they should collapse it all. Everything should be under one brand, whether that be Hulu or Disney minus, doesn't seem to matter. But you should only have one streaming platform. The reason that they're more successful with managing churn when they have one platform as a bundle is because it's less for people to keep track of and or pay for. The perception right now is you're nickel and diming them to death, which is an accurate perception. But if you were to just roll it all into one and come out with a flat price, you might make people a little more satisfied. So that your sports is in one vein, your adult content is in one vein, and your family content is in the third vein. And yet that only be coming from one place. They clearly do not have a handle on their, what was it? You just used the synchronicity. No, the syncopathy. Synergy. Yeah, the psychology, the craziness. But anyway, look. If you just focused on one thing, you would solve all these problems. You'd have less people, which would lead to more efficiency, less redundancy, and an overall, performance gain. And you wouldn't have, because imagine how many people are under each of these quote unquote chiefs.
That's a very good point.
They got a bunch of Indians under them. I mean,
and the Chiefs.
Yeah, and that's another problem. But but look, I mean, this is the amount of dumb that goes through Disney, is staggering. And you're just creating more expense. You're creating more complicated administration and a deeper bench of people in HR, otherwise known as gender studies majors. And you end up, with more and more of this rot that the companies come to be consumed by. But look, and I don't blame that on Assad, whatever the guy's name is. I don't blame it on him.
Did you just have him? Did you just confuse him with Avi Arad?
I did. Sorry.
That's the Spider-Man class. Assad Ayaz.
Goodness gracious. Well, Jonas, I want to go ahead and include this in this conversation really fast. I want to get your opinions on it before you have to depart. By Archer Merchant for $5. Do you think the consolidation is related to the FTC investigation? I forgot which is doing the White House notice / investigation.
Well, so there's two. There's the America First legal lawsuit, which I don't know where that is in the process, and I don't know where the FCC and FTC investigation is, but I think that would be under HR or the chief diversity officer rather than under the branding officer here. So I think that one's probably not. Well, I don't know what the status is on that. And if something comes out in the next few years, I think if all the companies in America start to get away from this illegal hiring practice, the allegedly illegal hiring practices that they've been doing, which we believe that they are, by the way, stating the opinion that we believe that they are is not a legal claim. Just pointing that out. I think that if there's corrective action in the market, maybe that investigation would go away. I don't know. It's a good question that you've made here, Archer. So
I do appreciate it, Archer, for coming in here and offering that thought. Never really thought about it, but look, when it comes to the Walt Disney Company, and I think Culture made a great point here, how not so nimble it is, right? How it can't really change on a dime. Even its messaging is delayed and belabored and so forth. I think of this structure as maybe one of the reasons as to why all these things are actually happening. But hey, you know what? Assad, Ayaz, wish you all the best.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.